Prison talk story time about the day I got to Lebanon Correctional. Let's check it out.
My name's Patrick. Everybody calls me Packy. I'm about to have my fourth baby with my high school sweetheart. I'm a life after prison content creator. I did 7 years in Ohio. If you want to collab, reach out to me. I do interviews on prison, paranormal, and true crime.
I've talked about this before. I'm gonna go into a little bit more details. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. Everybody I think was a little bit, but maybe they wasn't admitting it or they won't admit it. I wasn't like scared, but I definitely wasn't 100% thrilled about knowing what I was walking into. I'm gonna go into a couple reasons of why that is. So I've recently had some people mentioning things from my past, things that I've talked about myself online, that I'm the one who brought it forward. I'm the one who made it known that the shit even went on. And it was during the time that I had everything going on with my guys, my own organization, mad at me. And I had everybody in the block mad at me. And I was owing money and I was all strung out. After multiple fights, multiple violations, and being scared to even go to sleep in the dorm at Lake Erie because it was a level 2 open dorm, I eventually found myself rolled out. And I actually went to a lot of different prisons in Ohio. I don't give a fuck. People talk about that shit all they want, what I did and how I manipulated the system. I would leave a place owing money and different shit like that. It's not cool, but that's what I did. And when it caught up to me, I would handle it and it would happen. Whatever happened, happened. So fast forward all that dumb shit at Lebanon now. I'm on the bus. I'm with my homie Mike Page from Youngstown. Actually been to 3 different prisons together because he kept riding out too for different reasons. They're yelling at us. They're telling us don't talk unless not spoken to. There's duct tape on the, you got to walk on these duct tape lines. Everything's controlled movement. Now all level 3s are not like this, but there it is because everybody's there for a reason. It's a disciplinary. So you've done something to earn your spot there. It's like a punishment within a punishment. We'll just call it that. So we're in medical. Signal 3 goes off. People who don't know what that is, that's a man down. Fight in progress. Assault on staff in progress. Something like that. Everybody's running. They got staff from other blocks. Everybody's just running in that direction, trying to get to wherever this fight was, right? We're just watching people run by, combat boots and nightstick slapping. They finally bring these people in the block. I mean medical. It was multiple people involved. Some sort of group fight or whatever. So what ends up happening was me and Mike kept saying how we hope we go to the same block, which we did, which was E. Edward. And during this time, we go in there. I'm on the bottom range. He's on the top range. No, he was on the top. Or was it on the middle? I can't remember. But there's 3 ranges there. 3. So when I get in there, they put me in there on purpose with one of my guys, which was a white dude named Six. And on each side of us was folks on both sides. STG'd, everything, same thing. So I go in there and my bunkie ain't in there when I first get in there. But the dude on the side's telling me that he was working in the cafeteria. But, we don't really talk that much through the window, just a little bit. When he finally comes back right before they release for chow, because he was stealing some shit from the chow hall and he was bringing it back. That's how I met him. I'm in this tiny ass room, like, what the fuck is this shit? Long story short, he gets to telling me who he is. We figure it out. We lock up, do our 1-2. He tells me we got our guys on both sides, and they try to keep people STG'd in the same, general vicinity for the most part. So I tell him my situation that I just had happen at Lake Erie, that I wasn't proud of it, and that some shit happened, more or less that I checked in, more or less. And I told him, you're going to find out anyway, so I'm going to be a man and tell you and explain it to you. And they respected it, though. They was like, all right, well, we appreciate you telling us. Mind you, it's my birthday. I left this part out. I ain't tell nobody. I rode there on my birthday, March 22nd. And so what ends up happening was Later they actually told me, okay, when the doors pop, we're gonna have you violated. But they ended up having my bunkie do it. It was like, and then you got to go on this mission, and we're gonna have you go talk to Wicked. I'm like, all right. So we did that, the whole process. Later on, they ain't know that it was my, they're like, bro, you should have told us it was your G day. We would have never did that. And then they went and made me a bowl of food, which was cool. But when they asked me to go on this mission, it was the white dude JD that they wanted him like to fall back, to be off count, and pretty much be bled out or covered up. So when they told me what I had to go do, they actually told me I had someone shadowing me, and it was Shit Truck. Shout out to Shit Truck, another white dude with long dreads, solid dude. He was doing a long bid, I think like 15 years. Yeah, he came with me though, and it felt good to know that I had him, by my side to go in there. And we ran in on dude, and we just beat the hell out of him real quick for like maybe 15, 20 seconds. I don't know. And at one point, we was punching him and kicking him, and he was like, all right, stop. We did it a little bit more, and then we ran out. What's so crazy about this, y'all? Everybody in the block knew but him. So when I come walking out, all these dudes are on the range staring at me and Shit Truck, nodding their head, going like this. What this tells me is everybody knew the play about what was going on, but he didn't know, obviously. So we come out, and there's all these dudes on the top range, the middle range, or in the, they're walking down the tier. Everybody's watching. Mind you, I just got there, so this was good for me. Not only was I asked to do this, so I pretty much had to, it was good for me for the simple fact that you should always, find yourself in a situation like this in prison when you first get there, or people are going to think you're soft. And then I had some other situations behind this same, world, but I'll make those separate videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.